Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about the symbols of atoms, their atomic number, their electronic configuration, and their balances. In today's class, we will discuss about a very important topic, that is atomic mass. Write the heading: atomic mass. Now, we know that atom is a very small particle of matter. Although there are some subatomic particles which are present within an atom, which are quite more smaller than atom. But in case of atoms, we can say that the atom is very small. That's why its mass will be very small. तो एटम बहुत छोटा होता है तो एटम का मास भी बहुत कम होगा. So it's clear that the mass of atom is very less, very less. If we take the example of mass of one atom of hydrogen, then it can be observed that its mass is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Okay, the mass of one hydrogen atom is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. That it can be observed that it is in the power of 10 to the power minus 14, means its mass is very less. The mass of one hydrogen atom is very less. So it is quite difficult to express the mass of one hydrogen atom in such a way. So to express the mass of one atom, we used to express the mass of an atom in the form of its relative mass. So here the mass of atom is expressed in the form of its relative mass, means with respect to the mass of any other atom. We know that word, that is relative. When any property is explained in the form with respect to the property of other element, then it is a relative. Suppose the motion of an object or the rest situation of an object is expressed with respect to the situation of other element or other substance. Okay, not element, it is other substance. मीन्स कोई एक ऑब्जेक्ट मोशन में है या फिर रेस्ट में है, वो हम लोग किसी दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट के रेस्पेक्ट में बोलते हैं. सो दैट मोशन इज द रिलेटिव मोशन. सो सेम लाइक दैट द एलिमेंट का जो मास होगा वो भी एक रिलेटिव मास होगा. ओके, सो नाउ वी यूज टू एक्सप्रेस द एटॉमिक मास विद रेस्पेक्ट टू द मास ऑफ 1/12 ऑफ मास ऑफ वन कार्बन एटम, where the unit is AMU. Okay, AMU. Before discussing about AMU, let me discuss about that carbon. Okay, so here carbon, the symbol is C. The atomic number of carbon is 6. It is written here at the left side, at the bottom of the left side. And the mass of one carbon means actually the atomic mass, or you can say the mass number here. Okay, mass number. We'll discuss about mass number, atomic number in details at the last topic of 4th chapter. Okay, so here just try to remember the mass number is written at the top of the left side of the symbol of this element. Okay, here C12 is sometimes it is represented as carbon 12. So remember, carbon 12 means we are talking about 6C12. Okay, now 1 AMU is 1/12 into mass of one carbon atom of C12. Okay, means the mass of one atom of C12, mass of one carbon atom of C12 into 1/12, that will be the 1 AMU. Sometimes it is expressed, now it is expressed in the form of U, only U, not AMU. At present U लिखा जाता है AMU के जगह पे. So U and AMU both are same. Okay, remember this one. AMU और U दोनों सेम है. So the value of U is, or 1 AMU is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So this, it can be observed that the mass of one atom can be expressed in the form of AMU. So let me discuss about it. Here, mass of one oxygen atom. When calculating the mass of one oxygen atom, it is 16 AMU. Means the mass of one oxygen atom is 16 times more than 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. And this one is called the atomic mass of oxygen atom. So let me discuss about atomic mass. So here atomic mass, remember this value of 1 AMU. Okay. So atomic mass is the relative mass of an atom. So atomic mass is the relative mass of an atom, that is mass of one atom of any atom, right? Divided by 1/12 into mass of one carbon, means C12 atom. Okay. So here it is AMU. Now the mass of one oxygen atom is 16 times more than the mass, the 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. That's why the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Okay, and it is written as 16U. So 16U is the atomic mass of one oxygen atom. So actually the mass of one oxygen atom is 16 into 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. That is the mass of one oxygen atom. एक ऑक्सीजन एटम का मास इतना होता है. अब हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग इसको, इस नंबर को एक होल नंबर होता है, एक सिंपल नंबर में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए ऑक्सीजन का जो एटॉमिक मास लिखते हैं, ऑक्सीजन का, उसको 1/12 into मास ऑफ वन कार्बन एटम से डिवाइड कर देते हैं. Whose value is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 24. Okay, तो ये वैल्यू कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो ये हो जाएगा 16. So that is the atomic mass of one oxygen atom. So it is clear that the mass of one oxygen atom is 16 times more than 1 AU. So obviously the mass of one oxygen atom is 16U. ठीक है, तो एक ऑक्सीजन एटम का मास होगा 16U. So suppose the question is that what is the definition of atomic mass, or what do you mean by atomic mass? So we can say that atomic mass is the ratio of mass of one atom and 1/12 of mass of one oxygen atom. Suppose the question is that what do you mean by 1 AMU? So what do you mean by AMU? AMU means 1 AMU is the mass of one atom which is just equal to the 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. तो एक कार्बन एटम का जितना मास होगा उसका 1/12 हो जाएगा 1 AMU. ठीक है, समझ में आया? एक कार्बन एटम का जितना मास होगा उसको अगर हम लोग 12 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो जो वैल्यू आएगा वो होगा 1 AMU. और 1 AMU से जितना गुना ज़्यादा किसी दूसरे एटम का मास है, दैट विल बी द एटॉमिक मास ऑफ दैट एटम. ठीक है, तो इस चैप्टर में हमें कुछ एटम्स का एटॉमिक मास याद रखना है. ठीक है, कुछ एटम्स का एटॉमिक मास याद रखना है. तो यहाँ पे हम लिख के दे रहे हैं वो एटम एंड हियर एटॉमिक मास. लेट मी जस्ट चेक दैट हाउ मेनी एटम्स वी हैव टू राइट. So here let me write like this: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Okay, how much it is liquid? I am just giving you those atoms which will be used. Okay, aluminium will use, I'm writing here atom, and here I am writing atomic mass. Atomic mass is unit is U. Okay, I will not write U for so many times. Okay, I will write the number only. Okay, remember you have to write U for each and every element. Here it is phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, potassium, calcium, okay. calcium, iron, copper. That's enough. Okay, you can write zinc also. Fine. Let me write this for hydrogen. Its atomic mass is 1 u. Just writing u, no problem. Okay, u लिख के भी दे रहे हैं 1 u. For carbon it is 12 u. For nitrogen it is 14 u. For oxygen it is 16 u. Sodium it is 23 u. Magnesium 24 u. Aluminium is 27 u. This is experimental. ये आप mathematically calculate नहीं कर पाओगे. ठीक है? There is experimental values. Okay. So which one is not visible here? There is for sodium it is written 23 u. Okay, it is 23 u. Phosphorus 31, sulfur 32, chlorine 35.5. This is the fractional atomic mass. Potassium it is 39, calcium it is 40. These are experimental. मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ ये एक्सपेरिमेंटल नहीं है, आप किसी तरीके से कैलकुलेट तो नहीं कर पाओगे, एक्सपेरिमेंटल है. आयरन 56, कॉपर 63.5, जिंक 65 यू. आपको इतना याद कर लेना है. ओके, क्या देखिए, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, atomic mass of carbon is 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16, sodium 23, magnesium 24, aluminium 27, phosphorus 31, sulfur 32, chlorine 35.5, potassium 39, calcium 40, iron 56, copper 63.5, zinc 65. इतना याद रखें, बाकी जो है एग्जाम में गिवन हो सकता है. ओके, so I think now it is clear that what is atomic mass. Let us discuss about the next topic. That is how does atom exist? Okay, और हम लोग इसको प्लस नंबर में करते थे. How do atoms exist? ठीक है, atoms कैसे exist करता है, किस फॉर्म में exist करता है. So in the last class we discussed about the electronic configuration of atom. हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन देखे थे एटम का, है ना. एटम्स का हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन देखे थे, जहाँ पे हमें ऐसा दिख रहा था इन केस ऑफ सोडियम एटॉमिक नंबर 11, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन 281, it contains 1 electron in the last shell. Okay, we also observed that in case of neon atomic number 10, electronic configuration 2 complete. The last shell of neon is completed or filled. Okay, in case of neon, they can represent, that is, it contains 2 shells, 1, 2. The first shell contains 2 electrons. Second one it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more. 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. So it can be observed that in case of neon, the last shell is filled by 8 electrons. So atoms whose last shell is filled, it is stable, and it is called noble gas. Okay, it is called noble gas. It's not needed for it's not necessary for noble gases to react with other substances. That's why the valence is also 0. So all the atoms try to get the electronic configuration like its nearest noble gas. This one is called the Octet Rule. All the atoms try to get the electronic configuration like its nearest noble gas, due to which it can lose electron, it can gain electron, it can share electrons. The number of electrons lose, gain or shared by an atom is called the valence. We will discuss about it later in details. So here it can be observed that in case of sodium, the last shell it do not contain 8 electrons. It is not filled. Okay. In case of sodium, what will happen? One more shell, it contains 1 electron. The last shell in case of sodium is not filled. So sodium is not the noble gas. Sodium is not stable. It have to react with other substance. That's why sodium cannot exist independently. If we take the example of hydrogen, it contains 1 electron, the one shell, the first shell of hydrogen. The first shell of hydrogen contains only 1 electron. Its nearest noble gas is helium, which contains 2 electrons. So helium is stable because its last shell is filled. As you know, the first shell can be filled by 2 electrons, so the last shell of helium is filled, whereas the last shell of hydrogen is not filled. So hydrogen cannot exist in the form of H. So what hydrogen will do? What hydrogen will do? Hydrogen will combine with another hydrogen atom to form H2. Okay. So what is H2? H2 is molecule. Okay. So remember, atoms cannot exist independently. Atoms cannot exist independently because their last shell is not filled. But in case of noble gases, the last shell is filled. That's why they can exist independently. It is not needed for neon to react with other substance. It can exist independently. But so sodium, hydrogen, this and so other elements which do not have the filled valence shell or filled last shell, so they cannot exist independently. They have to combine with any other element to form compound or molecule, you can say, to form molecule. So atoms exist in the form of molecule. Okay, so what you learn, that atoms exist in the form of molecule. Okay. Number one, atoms can exist in the form of molecule. Atoms can exist in another form. Okay. Another form in the form of number one molecule and number two, that is ion. हम लोग आयन के बारे में दूसरे किसी क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. आज के क्लास में हम लोग थोड़ा सा मॉलिक्यूल के बारे में जानकारी लेते हैं. ठीक है, समझ लेते हैं इसको. So what is molecule? Molecule is the combination of two or more atoms. Okay, so it is clear that atoms cannot exist independently. So atoms combine with another atom to form molecule. So molecule is a combination of two or more atoms. ठीक है, तो molecule is a combination of two or more atoms. That's the just elementary idea about molecule. In the upcoming classes, we'll discuss about molecule in details. That the different types of molecules, how the molecules are formed, and why the molecules are formed. And obviously, we learn that why the molecules are formed, because the atoms cannot exist independently. They combine to form the molecule, and molecule can exist independently. In case of molecule, the octet will be filled. Means the last shell of the atom will be filled by electrons. That's why the molecule can exist. तो molecule exist करेगा, एटम एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगा एटम के फॉर्म में. तो एटम मॉलिक्यूल के फॉर्म में जाके एग्जिस्ट करेगा. ठीक है, समझ में? एटम्स एग्जिस्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल और इन द फॉर्म ऑफ आयन. आगे हम लोग धीरे धीरे इन सब के बारे में स्टडी करते रहेंगे. तो आज जस्ट एलिमेंट्री आइडिया दिया आपको. एटॉमिक मास क्या होता है ये समझा है. डिफरेंट एलिमेंट का एटॉमिक मास का वैल्यू लिख दिए. एटॉमिक मास unit, that is the unit of atomic mass. Okay, AMU, it is also represented as U. Okay, the value of 1 AMU is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 12. We use this unit because the mass of one atom is very less. This cannot be expressed so easily. That's why we have to express the mass of an atom in relative form. Okay, which is the ratio of mass of one atom and 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. That is the atomic mass of an atom. We also learned that 1 AMU is equal to the mass of 1/12 of mass of one carbon atom. Okay, of C12. राइट, वेयर द एटॉमिक मास और द मास नंबर ऑफ कार्बन इज 12। ठीक है, तो इतना तक देखे, नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग बाकी टॉपिक के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। थैंक यू।